a reminder that this performance, like all our shows, is a relaxed performance. That means we have a relaxed attitude to sound and movement in the audience for the benefit of anyone who has trouble sitting still or being quiet. And also the lighting will stay just like this, and there'll be no loud sudden noises during the performance. There may be some music in the background on occasion, but that'll be low level. If for any reason you need to take a break or a breather, you can head out through the door you came in, and there's a seating area just out there for you to be able to use, and you can come back in any time during the hour. We're not going to kick you out fully. I'm Naomi. If you need any help during the show, give me a wave. Or come over to me. I'll be sat right there. If you need a hearing link headset, anything of that nature, do let me know. This is also Isla. Isla is our BSL interpreter, and she will be signing this hour's game, and she does have some good signs. Right, so I'm going to pass you over to Reese, who is our GM today, and we'll get started.
Hello everyone, my name is Reese. For those of you who are new to tabletop role-playing games, each person here has a unique character. I, as the game master, will play the rest of the world, describing places and people and things they encounter. I tell them things that happen, they tell me what they'd like to do, and sometimes we use dice rolls to determine what happens, whether the people succeed in doing these things or fail hilariously. All our players are crew members upon a naval research vessel called the Spirit of the Horizon, on which a recent mission was unexpectedly and magically transported to a new and unknown land. Now the crew had to figure out how to get home, whether it be fighting by monsters, exploring islands, finding allies, or by some other means. Most recently, they found themselves on a place called the Torken Caldera, which is a circular island with 3 cities upon it. They have been set a trial by a queen to deal with a large flying monstrosity known as a rock. This thing had a 100-foot wingspan and was terrifying. Our adventurers quickly dealt with the situation, and that is actually where we are going to pick up. So, I'm going to give everyone at the table an opportunity to introduce themselves, and then we're going to go straight into the game. So, starting right here.
Hello, my name is Alistair Vondercompt, and I am a writer extraordinaire. I'm a bard, a historian, a scholar, and an all-around splendid chap.
And what's your name in real life?
Oh, real life? Jonathan.
Hi, I'm Chloe. I'm playing Relora Ellenvol. She's a half-elf bard. She was the ship's translator back when it was a research vessel, and has somehow kind of climbed the ladder very quickly and is recently being promoted to commander, though that is by the captain of the ship, who is frequently drunk. So let's see how that goes, that appointment.
I'm Vachel. I'm playing as Parakas Kholadin, who goes by Khola. He's a tiefling barbarian. His chief distinguishing trait is that he's quite unstable, but his genius is unappreciated in his own time. That's the whole thing. But he's good.
Excellent. So, where we're picking up, you once again find this astral glow coming across your bodies as you stand upon the ship, the Spirit of the Horizon, and then, with a flash, you are transported. You find yourself on a plateau on top of a mountain that appears to be made into a nest. You look around and there's this large corpse of a gigantic bird. Black feathers all over its body, acid splashes across its face. And the only one who's currently with you is you see Captain Golden standing there like, oh no, it happened again. Listen, I don't know how much time I've got, but we've just finished off this trial. The queen of this place set it for us. You need to head back to her palace and she'll have more work for you there, potentially. I don't know. I want to get back to my harpy. No, not harpy, griffin. Yes, sorry, I'm a little bit drunk. And as he says this, the astral glow comes over him and he disappears.
Right.
You're acting captain, I believe.
Oh, I wouldn't say acting captain, commander. Well, I don't know if I'd really say commander, but I guess commander. Yes, okay, I'm taking charge. Right, well, he said the queen.
I have a question for the commander.
Yes, Rolla?
I haven't been paid in a while.
That's true, actually. I haven't been paid either.
That's not really my,
You are.
Acting
captain.
Yeah.
No, I'm not acting captain. I'm a totally different thing, and what we should be focusing on is the trials that the actual captain just told us about.
I think it's
Can I, do I need to just persuade these guys?
Roll a quick charisma check, just a straight charisma check.
Okay, I'm gonna be pretty. Maybe 6 out of 20.
With everything that is going on, and her newfound position as commander, she's still settling into the role, and she's still figuring out how to be this leader, and she does seem a little bit shaky.
Okay, well, I'm going to put in a complaint with HR.
Fine. You can put in a complaint with HR when we get back to the ship, which is God knows when, to be honest.
I will, yeah.
Can I get a group perception check for you from your place?
Okay.
13.
Critical failure.
16.
Okay,
Video.
so from where you're currently standing, you look out to it would be the east, and you see a far off city, multiple towers standing, and you look off to the west. There's a much closer city that has more of a Greek harbour town to it. A lot of whites and blues, a lot of bright light shining off it, and then you also see going down towards the ocean, you do see a smaller port set into the ocean. Most of it's on piers. It looks like one of the worst shanty towns you've ever seen, and I'm assuming Alistair strikes me as a man that probably started off performing in a lot of shanty towns.
Yes, it's not really my tastes. Let's go to
Does
the
he
nicest
say this?
place.
Because I haven't seen anything.
That's not really to my taste, this little shanty town over there. I'll bring their attention to it.
Yeah, you look over to the west and you do see this town, and you recognise it as the town that is nearest harboured to the ship of Spirit of the Horizon.
Oh, okay. Well, I definitely want to be kind of slightly closer to the ship. I'd feel a lot more happy with that. And also, if it's the prime place we can see, then I say we go there. We ask for the queen that the captain was talking about, and about further trials.
Sound.
That sounds fair, yes.
Commander.
So you make your way to... Bear in mind, you are currently on a mountain plateau.
Oh.
You don't see any paths down.
Oh, yes.
I'm quite acrobatic.
You can't jump down.
I can climb down.
Okay.
You go over to the edge of this plateau. It's about 60 to 70 feet down.
Okay.
How steep is the gradient?
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, it's not a perfect 90 degrees.
Uh-huh.
But it is probably around, I'd say 110 degrees. It's fairly steep, and you do see where other adventurers have attempted to scale this. You see a sword dug into the side of the mountain that's been left there, some rope, a hand axe, multiple weapons that have been used as pitons, essentially.
So it kind of looks like the whole cliff's been just attacked.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't have any rope myself. If there doesn't seem to be any other route down.
Are there any flying creatures we could lasso?
Could we
maybe?
climb onto the rock
Make a
and use it
perception
as
check.
a large sled?
You
How-
want to...
Commander.
How damaged is the rock? And also, how heavy is it? Because if it's like 100 feet or so across, I'm not strong.
Let's put it this way. This creature has a 100-foot wingspan,
Oh, that's big.
but is capable of flight. As you may or not know, birds in the majority have hollow bones that make them lighter. But
I
the
see.
sheer size of this creature means that it's at least 1.5 tons, if not more.
When you say is capable of flight, do you mean was capable of flight.
Was capable of flight.
Yeah.
What was the results of your perception check?
I got a 7.
A 7. You see some birds just generally hanging out.
Okay.
They're probably actually looking to scavenge some of the stuff from the rock's nest when you leave.
Okay. But does either of you have any rope, any pythons, anything like that?
As adventurers, I need to remind you that you would have 50 feet of rope on your packs as standard.
Oh.
How high is this plateau?
Those, someone like Coladin, it strikes me as the sort of man that would carry around climbing gear. So you would probably have a couple of batons as well.
Yeah, but that's no fun. I want to try. How tall is the rock?
You're about 70 foot. Oh, do you mean the bird?
The bird, yes.
The bird, 100-foot wingspan, probably stands about 40 feet tall when standing on its hind leg, when it was able to stand on its hind legs.
Right.
Its torso itself is probably around 30 feet long.
And the rock is how, the actual plateau is how high up to the
70 feet.
70 feet.
I can see what you're thinking.
Am I strong enough to roll over the bird and just...
Do you want to attempt?
Yes.
Okay, make a strength check for me.
Okay.
Can I help?
With advantage.
Can I do something akin to like a confidence check? Because a bit of me goes, I should be ordering these guys to not do this, but a bit of me also goes, I'm so out of my depth right now.
Make a charisma saving throw for me.
Okay. That's a critical success.
In this moment, you think, hang on a minute. I've been put in this position for a reason. These people should be listening to me. I have good ideas. I have great ideas.
Okay.
Do with that what you will.
Hola, explain to me precisely what you were going to try and do with this.
Is this while we're actually trying to lift the bird, like just looking at like...
Yeah, so what's happening is, I have this idea. I'm going to roll over the bird and somehow use it as like kind of, what are they called? You know when you, out of character, you know when a plane is crashed and you get those like rubbery, bumpy slides?
A safety slide, a chute.
Shoot, yes, that's a good word for it. Back in character. I'm going to use it as a slide down the plateau. Because that's soft and I can get my axe into it and just grind down.
Can you tell me the results of your strength check?
Oh, I didn't roll it yet. I got 5.
Is that with advantage?
No.
Oh.
Hey, I got 19.
So, you, with Alistair's help, but you doing most of the brute work, he's not the strongest gentleman, but it's nice that he's trying. Try and get yourself into a good position and begin to push and push and push, and you do begin to lift this thing a couple of feet off the ground, at which point your knees begin to buckle, and it's just not happening. You get it, and it just goes from here to here.
Okay.
Right.
It's not working.
When the captain appointed me as commander, he said that he was doing it not because of my naval expertise, because I don't have any naval expertise, but because of my out-of-the-box thinking, and because that we needed more of that.
Yes.
And I can't deny that what you're trying to do is out of the box. So...
I cut off the wing. Or I attempt to cut off the wing.
While she's talking to you about this.
Yes.
just while I'm doing
Nodding
it.
along like,
That's fine.
Absolutely,
I'm still
no.
shaking.
No, I get
Make
it.
an attack roll with advantage.
Okay. 18 and...
I'm loving all this, by the way.
Are you
18.
just
Just watching,
watching
like,
now?
yes.
Okay,
do
roll
it.
damage for me.
Sure.
What weapon are you using? Your battle axe?
Battle axe, I guess, yeah.
That's a D10 if you're using it with 2 hands.
Okay.
Oh,
So I got a
That's,
0.
That's 10.
max
Oh, it's 10.
damage.
Shit, okay, fine. Yes, I got 10.
So with like, yeah, clean off in one strike.
Cool. No, so you were saying I interrupted you.
I squeal with delight.
I have never heard this sound before from anyone,
Especially
and it's
not
really
a dwarf.
perturbed me. Well, Relora. This now seems like you're on a totally different plan, but I'm trying to take on the opinions of crew members and their ideas. So what's running through your head?
I'm going to snowboard/rockboard my way down the plateau.
Yes. Do it.
He gets it.
Oh, can I take one of the feathers? I mean, they must be massive.
Yeah, they're huge.
Can I attempt to put it in my hat? Like, massive. Like, go all the
Let me
length
give you,
of me.
okay, so this thing has a 100-foot wingspan, which means the wings themselves are at least 40 feet long. So the feathers are going to be about the size of me.
I think that would look classy.
Maybe we just
I'm
call
just
it
trying to
back.
think of what sort of check this would be. Just make a quick intelligence check.
6, but that is plus 1.
Okay, so 7. You take the feather and you begin to just jam it into your hat. It's more akin to a cape at this point. It flows down your back beautifully, precariously attached to your hat. We'll see how that goes. Can I get a persuasion check from you?
Do I need to? If I'm not, Relora isn't going to do this whole snowboarding thing. She's still happy to actually climb down. She thinks that's safer. But because it's one of the few times where the only person that Chola might hurt is just himself and not another crew member,
I'm going to go with him.
she's still not sure about you. She's only just met you, and you've not contributed much to the discussion other than building yourself some kind of feather cape.
No, I've taken care of priorities.
I turn to Chola and I say, I will respect your decision making and your ideas. I am going to climb down, but I will only let you do this if I can give you inspiration. If I can basically give him bardic inspiration first to try and help with any dexterity, saving throws, anything like that.
Excellent. Okay, so what are you going to say to him to give him inspiration?
I'm gonna try and say something that's really inspiring. So Chola, okay. Chola, as your commander, I have one simple wish, and so if you are really going to do this, take care, be aware of Alistair, and make sure that you both reach solid ground safely.
Excellent.
This music
And I-
pleases me.
Good.
Fantastic.
Can I see that it's gone in? That message has gone in?
I don't grimace at the sound of the song. So
That is a win for Relora.
yeah.
Take a D8 inspiration die.
And I regard it with a little bit of snobbery, please, that's not how you bard.
She makes a mental note. She's seen that.
Okay,
Are you born as well?
Yeah.
so are you attempting to climb down?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm going to climb down. And I also give a little look when I say, I'm going to climb over there.
Mm-hmm.
As in,
Sure.
don't you dare steer into me. Basically.
Okay.
Can I give her inspiration?
Absolutely.
Hey! Well, now we can see how he bards.
I will do a dramatic reading. It's from my it's from my own book. The young sexy wench went down the cliff. This is one of my earlier works. And she died.
Do you feel inspired by that?
On the one hand, no. On the other hand, she feels better about her own barding skills, and so that has inspired her to believe in herself.
Yeah, I'd allow it.
Can I
1d8
can I-
inspiration.
Can I look at her smile and think, I did really well just then?
She can't. She. For the moment, she lets you think that.
Okay, so describe to me how you're going to climb down. Take a moment to think how you're going to position the wing, okay?
Okay.
Climbing down is simply just looking for footholds, handholds, occasionally a bit acrobatic if needed, but largely a kind of nimble scrambling is what I'm imagining.
All right, excellent. So you take a moment and survey the cliff face and see there are multiple good foot and hand holds that you could use. Make an acrobatics check for me.
Okay. Oh God, I hope this is good. That's a critical failure. I'm climbing down the cliff.
So,
I can't even add inspiration to that. 'cause
no,
you're not
it's a
allowed.
critical failure. So you take a moment and do survey the cliff pretty well, and you're like, oh, this is easy. You turn and get ready to get your foot into the first foothold, and then the cliff cracks, and you fall. You take 7,
Oh, that's a lot of dice rolls.
13. You take 17 bludgeoning damage as you fall and
okay.
fall and land prone on the hard rock beneath. You two would have seen this.
I'm just stood there like this. Not saying anything.
Yeah, not so inspiring, are you?
She's fine.
What
She'll
was,
be fine.
how are you positioning the birdwing, or are you going to help your comrade?
Should we
Oh, I should
go
do that,
and
shouldn't I?
help?
Well, how can you help from all the way
But
up
I
there?
really want to ride down the birdwing.
What? So on the plateau, are there any long sticks?
Yes, this is a nest. It would have actually probably taken whole tree branches.
Okay, cool. So I have a slightly more sensible plan.
Okay.
I'm gonna build wings for myself.
How long are you planning on leaving me here, just splayed at the bottom of this cliff, slowly bleeding?
Prioritize. I run to Relora and I say, "Are you okay?"
Okay. Are you climbing down the
Genuinely
cliff?
good.
Are you climbing down the cliff, or are you just running to the edge and yelling down?
Run to the edge and yelling down.
Okay.
Am I
You
like,
are-
I'm conscious, right? I'm just
You are
bludgeoned.
conscious. You're just
How much?
a little. You're definitely hurt, and you're also probably a little bit butt hurt.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie to you.
Yeah. It's not a good day for the commander.
Nope.
Hey, Commander, you alright down there?
I'll manage.
No, she's fine.
All right, cool. I go back to where I was.
Okay, excellent. So what are you doing? What are you both doing?
So from the nest, I'm gonna take a couple of sticks,
Yes.
pluck off a few feathers from my wing,
Okay.
which we're gonna say about 6 foot long.
Yep.
Okay. If I take 3 feathers, stack them, and then just hoist in a stick alongside the cartilage, so it just stays there.
Mm-hmm.
Then just.
Just-
going on there.
Are you just running off the edge of the cliff with these makeshift wings?
Yeah, I was gonna glide.
Okay, to make the wings,
Yeah.
can you make a survival check for me?
Alright.
Where's Alistair?
I'm just going to be stuck there.
You were just
Are you like
observing.
clinging to him, or are you're just gonna be stranded?
No, dude, you're fine. You'll be fine as well.
Okay,
I believe in you.
I'll find my own way down.
No.
Oh
19.
jeez.
They appear pretty stable.
Alright, cool. So I take my massive 8-piece wings, whatever. They are the appropriate number of feathers per wing.
Okay, excellent.
Yes. And I leap off the cliff. And I glide down.
We are not a good unit.
I've seen birds, I can do it.
If
9,
birds can do it, I can do it.
Yeah.
20,
Are you running for the wind?
27. You run, you jump, and where you expect to glide, you plummet like a rock to the ground, taking 27 bludgeoning damage.
27.
So does he come to the same level as me?
Oh, absolutely.
I just see him. Does he? I shouldn't check this. Like, does he fall on me?
No.
Okay,
Are we
good.
not other
You are
opposite sides?
You're
of the
probably
plateau?
about 15 foot away from
Oh, I
each
see.
other.
Yes. Well,
And-
because you were running to.
Oh, okay, then.
And as you gather yourself and get up, you hear.
I don't scream.
You don't scream. All right, he
Yell! Victory! I swan dive.
Yeah, he does.
Yes, yes, you would have.
27, yeah?
27 bludgeoning damage as you hit the floor.
I'm at the top,
Yep.
like this. I slowly peer over the side.
You see your two comrades. One is currently prone, bleeding quite heavily. The other is getting up and gathering herself.
Oh,
Are you both all right?
Oh, okay.
Do you say it that quietly and politely? Can I hear?
Make a perception check.
I
Okay.
try to throw my voice, but I'm so...
Oh, natural success. Like
You
a critical
hear it.
Success.
As
Okay.
it just echoes gently down the cliff.
The perfect current of the wind just carries it.
Yep.
I, to be honest, my priority is him right now. So I hear it, but because I'm gonna fix things, and also I don't want to strain my voice, I wait a moment before replying. I run over to Holla. I'd like to cast Cure Wounds on him. I can't remember exactly how much that's gonna.
What level are you casting at?
I'll cast at second level.
That will be 2d8 plus your charisma modifier. Explain to me how you cast the spell.
I go over. Her Cure Wounds involves being kind of so close that like your hands would touch the hairs, but it looks like you're not touching them. So there is technically touch, but it's almost hovering. She goes over, and actually it's just the part of the body that's nearest. It's not necessarily the part of the body that's most injured, but it's just whatever she can get to quickest. And she hums this really slight tune to herself.
Excellent.
And there's just this like really tiny ephemeral glow, which is like small beads of white light that then pour into Holla.
It's beautiful. Okay, so you go up and these beads of light flow into his body. Roll your healing.
How many 8s?
2.
So that's 14.
Thank you.
14 healing.
Alistair, what are you doing at the top of the cliff?
I'm sort of pacing around, like, glance over the side again. Right.
Options.
In the end, well, I think the best thing to do is I'm going to take my 50 feet of rope and are there any juts of rock that seem
Oh,
stable?
absolutely. There's several juts of rock where the cliff broke for her. There's large, heavy tree branches you could tie it to. You could tie it to the rock.
I'm going to tie it to the rock,
Excellent.
as in the bird,
The bird.
around its foot.
It is a weird naming convention, a giant bird called a rock, when you think about it. But, so you tie it off. Make a survival check for me.
15 plus 16.
Excellent. So you tie it off quite swiftly as well. It's a lovely bow. It's very presentable. Are you going to climb down the cliff?
I look at the bow and I go, I'm so talented. And I'm going to start going down.
Okay, make an athletics check.
As I do, I'm going to sing, solid as a rock.
We just hear it getting louder
Make,
and louder.
make an athletics check with advantage.
Natural 20.
Critical success. What, like, you just wrap the rope around your arm, not worrying about rope burn. You're just that talented. You just gently down the cliff face. And just land perfectly on your feet and walk over to your compatriots
Can I
who are
put a
currently
hand
bleeding.
on each of their heads and go, and just say nothing else.
The moment he puts a hand on my head, I immediately stand up, and I am like 6.5 feet tall. So I'm looming over you. I don't say anything, but the glare in my eyes says, I'm your superior, and don't you forget it.
Can at that point
Make
the
an
feather fall off my
intimidation
hand?
check.
Oh, God.
Make an insight check.
Intimidation. Oh, 22.
4.
You're quite shaken by this look. You've never seen her with such authority before.
I try to maintain myself for that.
Shall we go to the port?
We're in the ground now.
You are on the ground.
Oh.
You do see off a little bit. You
I
do
want to
see
try
a
again.
path.
How long would it take to climb back up the plateau?
I shoot you the same look that I have just shot to him.
You don't need to roll intimidation.
It
again.
works.
It works.
She's meant to be charismatic, but she's just going to intimidate people today.
Can I keep the wings? Can I just stash it somewhere?
You can absolutely, but you can't really stash it. You're going to have to carry it on your shoulders.
Okay. Are the wings broken?
I mean, they held together okay. You took the most brunt of the fall.
Cool.
Because I imagine that's the sort of person you are.
Priorities, yes.
Priorities.
I must protect my art.
Yeah, your
Okay.
art therapy.
Is the ring still tied to your arm?
Yes. Yes.
So
I
you-
don't challenge
So I'm just
that.
sulking with wings grazing on the ground.
Yeah. I like if there is there only the one path? Is there any other routes?
There's the one path. It clearly leads towards the
towards the
far city and also towards the city that is nearest to you, that you know the captain and everyone would have come through when they were asked to bring in.
Oh, I want to go to the city.
Excellent. So do
That
you lead the
seems
way?
sensible. I think so. Yeah, I'm going to lead the way with my authoritative commander walk.
Excellent.
I'm going to be like a little grumpy kid that's just been told off and sort of slouch behind with my massive feather still
She
on my hat.
notices that and she feels a little bit bad because she doesn't like making. I don't know. She doesn't mind throwing shade at people, but when she's just being like angry and aggressive, she feels a bit bad.
So you begin to walk along this path, and it's a beautiful collection of evergreen trees and oaks and cedars, and the breeze, however strong, almost whistles through these trees.
Mm-hmm.
It's picturesque and charming. As you're walking along, Holla, in your head, you hear a familiar voice. I leave you alone for 5 minutes, and you jump off a cliff. Are you not learning? Please be more sensible. And then it's gone.
Okay.
So,
It's too late to reply. What?
Do you do anything?
I guess I
we
say to the
see?
sky, it's like, you're not my mom.
Do you say that out loud?
Yeah.
you do hear him say,
I
"You're
sh-
not my
I-
mum."
It was because of the character.
Oh god, Relora thinks he means her because she's just told him off.
Yep.
I'm going to do a massive eye roll like, ooh.
Relora doesn't say anything, she just internalizes a lot of hurt.
Oh.
I turn around swiftly and just sulk on.
After about an hour and a half, you do make it to the city edge, and you do know this path as it's signposted, the way of the wind and the wise. And then it was also signposted for the market square, which, as most towns are set up, tend to be in the centre of town. If you're looking for information of how to get to the Queen, that would probably be a good place to look.
Okay, to the market square then.
I untie my wings. I just carry them in one arm.
Okay.
Like a badass anime character carrying a sword.
How conspicuous do we look?
I've got
You
a
are
very
strange.
big feather in my hat.
I'm a
You
literal
are-
devil. So yeah.
I'm relatively normal.
Do you want to walk ahead of
Relatively.
us?
Well,
Do you want to walk ahead of us? So that we don't mar whatever image
no,
you're
no.
conveying?
I'm just worried about I think we should still stay together as a group.
Okay.
I'm just aware of drawing attention.
Can I get a group perception check?
7.
22.
22.
Yeah, 11.
Excellent. So, as you're walking through Relora, you do get the odd look, especially you're a dwarf, correct?
Yes, I am.
And you're a tiefling. For those who don't know, tiefling are creatures of devil blood. They have red skin or deeply coloured skin and horns. And you are getting the odd look. But that being said, most people have heard of gossip today that the Queen came through town with a group of strange individuals. You do get the odd look, but no one's trying to stop you, no one's getting in your way. You do see odd groups of militia go by, but they're not paying you much attention. After a short walk, you do find yourself in a bustling market square. There are apothecaries and people selling nice little golden trinkets, and a lot of what they're selling has this crescent moon symbology on it that you've seen throughout town. It's clearly quite significant and both culturally and religiously.
Does it look like the moons that were on the orb that we put into the gates when we were at the Crashing Pass? Because I had this magical orb that was like covered in moons.
Make a history check for me.
Yeah, that's 15 minutes.
Thank you very much. Can I get the music of like a bustling town, please, Naomi?
We might have to go to YouTube for that. I don't know if we've got much bustling town stuff. 6. So not very good.
I mean, there's some similarities, and you do know that this moon crescent thing, you've heard a name before.
Mm-hmm.
Zimian. It's linked to this somehow, but you're not 100%. You're not clear of what this means. There are plenty of people walking about buying their daily groceries, but also shopping for more exotic items. It's a bustling area, so what would the party like to do to uncover the information they need?
We've no money, right?
I don't have any.
Probably not. I mean, most of you would have been on a ship, and normally the ship pays for most expenses. I would say as a commander at the moment, you would have picked up a small satchel of coins and have kept it on you.
Oh, okay. I have money.
I would say you have around 20 gold pieces on you.
How much is ice cream? To lift morale, like, I'm not being facetious, I just want to make a good start to the day, because it's going to get a lot worse.
I reach into my pocket. I have 3 days of rations. So I like, it's not ice cream, but I just hand you like a parcel of food because I'm hoping that will kind of placate you.
Fair. This will do. Don't know.
Is there any wine?
There is.
Can I? No, I don't think I'd be persuasive enough. I have a water skin, but I don't think I can persuade him that it's wine.
There is a stall currently selling what appears to be multiple bottles of wine and fine spirits. The gentleman there, a very tall Arabian woman with this odd accent. Come see, I have things from far away, beautiful, beautiful liquors.
Can I tug on Laura's dress like a child? Like,
God. What have I got
can I have
around
some
me?
funds?
Some funds.
Funds to buy the liquor.
Funds for
I
funds.
briefly think that it's a bad idea, but then I remember that Captain Golan, who was commander before me, is a raging alcoholic.
Yes,
And
he is.
is my only reference point for how a commander should be.
Mhm.
So I go, actually, maybe I ought to buy like something.
Of course.
And I can also take it to the captain, and then he'll like that, and maybe this is how I do my job. So I say, come with me. Perhaps she will also know something about where the queen is. Khala, are you
That's
coming?
what I was
I am coming, yes. I'm assuming I'm the tallest one in the market.
I think you are.
Yeah.
You would be. Arabi themselves are also pretty tall. They sound about anywhere between 6'2" and 6'5". There isn't much differentiating the men and the women, other than some look slightly more feminine. All of them are incredibly beautiful people. They have this celestial look to them, and you do see a group of many other races walking around. Some of them very tall, but you are a particularly tall individual, and you do see across most of the crowd.
I was going to say, can I roll a perception check to see if anything's out of interest? Anything?
Of course. What sort of things would interest Holla?
Food,
Mhm.
alleyways,
Mhm.
vantage points,
Mhm.
people looking shifty.
Make a perception check.
Oh, 6, 5.
Um, You're not making out much.
Just 'cause I'm slouching, I can't see anything.
Yeah, it's a bustling place. You see multiple people going back and forth. People are selling, people are buying, there's bartering, there's loud noises everywhere, and it kind of throws you off a little bit.
Yeah, okay.
What are we doing? Are you heading towards the liquor sales?
I want to go towards the liquor sales and buy something, hopefully that's not going to be poisonous to us, since these people are a totally different species. But also, well, yeah, should we... Sorry, this is Chloe speaking. Shall we?
Yes. Ask if they have an elven red.
I will try.
Why, hello, miss. Are you... Oh, you're an interesting individual. How can I help you today?
I was hoping to purchase. Well, I have 20 gold pieces. I was curious as to what you might have for that, and what you might recommend.
For 20 gold pieces? Is there anything in particular that takes your fancies? We have some rather exotic things, some things that are locally brewed. I have some nice reds, a few whites, a couple of collections of nice rums.
Red.
Red, I call behind her.
Yes.
This is in your price range. She pulls out a very nice but large bottle, quite ornate. Komodo brewed. And you see as you look at it, it's got the mouth of a dragon on top. Interesting flavour, almost spiced, but not overpowering. 10 gold pieces for the whole bottle.
Do it.
Can I quickly ask, just as a tiefling, how much do I have to drink to get drunk?
You do have fire blood, and your system does run fairly hot, which means you will take alcohol in quicker, but you will also burn it off faster.
Okay, fine. Oh, cool.
Good to know?
Yeah, thanks.
I say to her, we have a deal. I don't suppose, in return for the gold coins, you might also be able to tell me where I can find the queen.
You have business with, well,
Yes, we do actually have business.
I have heard rumours that she's been wandering around with a group of strangers.
We qualify.
That you do. If you take the way of the faithful, it will lead you to the palace.
The way of the faithful.
The way of the faithful. You go out the north entrance to the square, and it's all the way up. It's very religious, not to my taste, but there are multiple gorgeous statues on the way up.
Bless you.
Thank you for your help. I give her 10 gold pieces.
These are not local currency, but they seem legitimate. Here you go.
Thank you. I take out my water skin. I empty it out. I pour like a little bit of it in there, and then I sling that and I keep the bottle. And I shove it in my bag.
And I drink that straight away.
And I immediately regret
The whole
what I've
bottle.
done. The whole water, the whole water skin.
The
It's
water
water
skin.
skin.
The
I've got a
water
big
skin.
The
bottle.
water
Okay. You got a small buzz. As a dwarf, you're pretty hearty, but you have a small buzz going on right now.
No.
So you make your way to the north end of the market square as instructed.
Have we like you were just kind of generally around? You didn't get drawn off into an alleyway.
No, I'm just hovering about.
Okay.
I'm following.
So yeah.
Excellent. So you make your way through this market square and do find yourself at the very beginning of this long pathway, and you do see these beautiful statues as instructed. Multiple of them have this regalness to them. Some appear to be clerics, some appear to be paladins, some appear to just be common travelling folk. But all have these beautiful white and blue robes strode across them. As you walk up, you do see the palace come into the view, and it's absolutely breathtaking. It's first thing you see is the outer wall, which stands about 30 foot high. As you approach, the guards go, "Are you those strangers that have been walking around town? You're expected.
Wonderful.
Come on in." The doors quickly come open and it goes in, and then there's a secondary defensive wall. Doors to that are already open. You go further in and there's a circular tower-like palace. Multiple windows, a lot of moon symbology. It's clearly very significant in their culture and to these people. You are greeted by a steward who quickly takes you, come along, she's waiting, we don't like to keep her waiting."
Yes. I mean, we're all coming.
And then you do see, as you walk into this large, grand council room, several Arabian individuals are scattered about, and you do gain attention as you walk in, at which point you are greeted. Queen approaches you, and she's this beautiful, beautiful woman. Stands very tall, but not like the other Arabi you've seen, who seem more human-like. She has an almost elven quality to her. The same pale skin as the other Arabian, the same glowing eyes, but slightly more angular features. She's definitely not pure Arabi. She greets you and says, and introduces you as, "Hello everyone. I'd like you to introduce you to our friendly alien visitors. I trust the rock has been dealt with."
Oh, yes.
Yes.
I show off my feather.
Excellent.
Very much.
I was instructed that there was some strange teleportation magic going on amongst your crew, so I'm assuming you are the ones that have come through?
Yes, I am the ship's commander.
It is a pleasure to meet you.
Likewise.
I am Queen Adolzim, Queen of the Moon and Tides, Queen of Lunes.
Laura isn't quite sure whether she's meant to curtsy or not, so she kind of goes into a half walk.
Please, you don't have to do any of those formalities. I was hoping to actually ease your passage into this court, but it turns out I may need your help once more before that can happen. There is one more trial for you. A sentinel creature is given some choice to attack the Thundercrest, but our laws, it must be dealt with by trial, by combat, and our warriors are refusing to face it. You are able warriors, are you not?
Yes. He means yes. In his language, that's how you say yes.
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 Excellent. You will fight in the name of Thundercrest then? I promise to, before we go over, have my clerics look at you and heal any ailments. I want you fighting fit, of course, but I need this problem dealt with.
Laura, ask if we can get some money.
Yeah, ask if we can get some money.
Oh, you will be rewarded, of course.
She
Oh.
heard. That's awkward.
Laura, ask for a bigger reward.
I don't really think we're in a position to do that.
I mean, I think
They're the
we
same
are.
ones who took control of our entire ship with their armada.
I didn't know that.
Well, do we have an accord?
3 minutes, sorry.
Yes, we have an accord. Was there anything in particular that was preventing your warriors from wishing to do this battle?
Well, they've heard rumors about this creature and its people, and some of them have families. And that's where we're going to leave things off here. I'm going to hand back over to our SM, Naomi, for our outro. Thank you very much, and a big round of applause for our players.
Yeah, thank you very much. Alright, thank you everyone here, thank you everyone on the stream. We will be here at the McDonald's Holyrood every day of the festival from 10 a.m. till 3 p.m. and then 5 p.m. till 10 p.m. We are also streaming live on twitch.tv/adventurers wanted, and we are live tweeting everything at adventurers250. Just before we wrap up, I want to give some people who are our players opportunities to plug some shows that they are in. So, can we keep it to one line, please?
Yes. I run a show called Heartwood. It's got puppets and music, and I wrote it, and it's good.
Snappy.
Spot on.
Oh, I didn't give any details about where it is or
Oh no, you can give details quickly. go on.
Okay, it's at 12 o'clock at venue 13 every day.
Hi, I'm doing a show called Open Heart Surgery. It's about conservative therapists dealing with first gay couples, about relationships and why they suck and why they're tricky, and why sometimes we stay in them even though we shouldn't. Was that good? Was that quick?
Do you want to
Where
do
is it?
Venue?
time
When and
and
Oh,
place?
it's there. It's Holyrood 2 at 6:15 every day until the 13th.
Lovely, thank you very much.
Cool. Oh, and if you ever want to come back, then do. If you want, we have player tickets, and you can come and control your own character, which we will make just for you.
So that was supposed to be my bit. Yes, so we'll make you a character and you are absolutely welcome to come and play. And if you'd like to stay for the next hour, please feel free to. You just have to pop downstairs and buy another ticket. Other than that, thank you for joining us today. Have a really lovely day. You can exit through the doors that you came in through. Thank you very much.
Cool. Thank you.
Excellent.
Some of them have family.